Several websites have recently begun advertising investment opportunities in Iraqi dinars, the currency of Iraq. These websites are asking the consumers to send a check, wire, money order, or pay cash upon delivery of the dinars. What consumers are not told is that the dinars can be redeemed only in Iraq, as most of the established currency exchange houses and banking institutions cannot convert the dinar to US dollars. Since no exchange exists for the Iraqi dinar, dealers can charge whatever they want to sell and buy back the dinars. The improbability of a dinar revaluation. Despite the persistence of these rumors, the likelihood of a substantial revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is exceedingly slim. Several fundamental economic and geopolitical factors contribute to this conclusion. Firstly, the vast quantity of Iraqi dinars in circulation significantly hampers the possibility of the currency appreciating massively in value. For the dinar to experience a dramatic increase in value, Iraq would need to undergo an extraordinary economic transformation, which is highly improbable given the current economic conditions. The large money supply means that any attempt to revalue the currency would require a substantial reduction in the number of dinars in circulation, which is logistically and economically unfeasible. Additionally, a sudden and massive appreciation would disrupt the economy, leading to inflation and other financial instabilities. Therefore, the sheer volume of dinars makes a significant revaluation highly unlikely. Iraq's economy, while possessing significant oil reserves, remains fragile and heavily reliant on oil exports. The country faces ongoing challenges such as political instability, corruption, and security concerns, which undermine investor confidence and deter foreign investment. Additionally, the Central Bank of Iraq has implemented a monetary policy aimed at maintaining stability rather than pursuing aggressive revaluation strategies. Any significant increase in the dinar's value would likely harm Iraq's economy by making its exports more expensive and less competitive on the global market.
I said, I don't know who you are. Comment down below if you want to. So, ooh, interesting. This came out last night after I did my live. It says, I think, the Sudanese invites Kurdistan after the approval of the amendment of the budget law. Guys, it's so done. So the Sudanese invite Kurdistan region. It says the Sudanese invites Kurdistan after the approval of the amendment of the budget law. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani said that the approval of the amendment to the budget law confirms the political stability in the country, extending an invitation to Kurdistan. The government spokesman for al-Awadi said in a statement that Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani expresses his appreciation for the responsible and constructive step by the esteemed House of Representatives by approving the amendment of the budget law of the Republic of Iraq for the fiscal years 2023, 2024, and 2025, Law 13 of 2023. According to the text of the amendment received from the Council of Ministers. Now, I broke that 9:39 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's why you should subscribe and tap to my channel. I've got breaking news out of Iraq almost every day now because of these young military men who were tasked by the person who's under an NDA to help me. Because he came to me because he liked that I was truth, facts, and optimism, and I'm founded in the word. And we have a similar connection because he found out I grew up in West Virginia before I moved to Wyoming. So then the next article, just not the Shafak news links, but the next specific article, Iraq approves 5,000 appointments for top graduates. Guys, their colleges are thriving. It says Iraq approves 5,000 appointments for top graduates. I hope somebody did the timestamp. 70 minutes is the second article, which is an hour and 10. Shafak News, the Iraqi Federal Service Council has finalized the second batch of appointments for top-ranking graduates and holders of advanced degrees, an official said on Tuesday. Iraq's Strategic Planning and Federal Service Parliamentary Committee Chairwoman MP Leila Al-Tamimi told Shafak News that the second batch includes 5,000 individuals and is now ready for government approval. She added that the Council of Ministers is expected to vote on Tuesday on launching these appointments subject to available financial allocations. They need money, right? This step is part of the government's broader efforts to employ qualified professionals. Once the second batch is processed, work will immediately begin on the third phase of appointments in coordination with the Finance Ministry based on available job vacancies. Last month, the Federal Service Council announced that the third batch would cover 8,000 applicants and would be launched soon. Why? Because they're planning on revaluing their currency. This is so clear to me. I hope it's clear to you, so you'll keep your faith no matter what bumps we go on till we see it. Kurdistan President Barzani to Baghdad. They did release payments this morning, which was the good news. So we're going to take the articles now. I already said that. President Barzani to Baghdad recognized Peshmerga. Kurdistan region, this is the third article, 7147. Kurdistan Regional President Nechervan Barzani urged on Tuesday the Iraqi federal government to formally recognize the Peshmerga forces as part of the country's defense system. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony of the 3rd and 4th Peshmerga divisions of the Ministry of Peshmerga Affairs in Erbil, Barzani emphasized the importance of integrating the Kurdish forces into Iraq's national defense framework. He also called on two main Kurdish parties, the Kurdistan Democratic Party and the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, to cooperate in unifying those forces, keeping them free from political interference. So they're trying to, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not really concerned with that. It's an article that I think they're going to unite. Iraq is going to be united at some point through these new systems, and everybody's going to be on the same page because that's what it's going to require to get for everybody to make more money. So the fact that they released payments was good, though. So it says Kurdistan region at Tower Exchange. I'm going to read this article because they sent it to me. I read every article they send. I do the details in the mornings. I do the summary in the afternoon. Kurdistan region at Tower Exchange 2025 Telecom Focus. A delegation, this timestamp is 73 minutes, which is an hour and 13 minutes. We're going through the articles pretty quickly. That's funny. My phone has 77% charge. Just happened to notice that. A delegation from the Kurdish Ministry of Transport and Communications participated in the Tower Exchange Meetup MENA 2025 held in Dubai on February 3rd. Director General of Post and Communications Jamal Ahmed and Director General of Legal Affairs engaged with key stakeholders including mobile network operators, MNOs, tower companies, suppliers, and solution providers. During a panel session, Ahmed highlighted the Kurdistan region's strategy for telecommunications development, emphasizing the role of modern technology in improving connectivity and service efficiency. He outlined the government's ongoing infrastructure projects and commitment to creating a competitive telecom market. Notably, the Tower Exchange Meetup, MENA, is a primary industry event focused on telecommunications tower infrastructure in the Middle East and North Africa, facilitating collaboration and innovation among key players in the telecom ecosystem. Now, if you remember, Apple was also in Iraq last year. So we'll see if those phones are part of the teleconnectivity. So economy, among 10 nations banned. So Iraq is among 10 nations banning cryptocurrency. You need to know this if you're invested in cryptocurrency. I myself am a cryptocurrency investor because God told me to. Iraq's among 10 nations banning it. I'll read the news. It said 10 countries prohibit cryptocurrency transactions, including Iraq, over varied concerns as financial stability, fraud prevention, money laundering, and economic control. According to a report by US-based CEO World magazine, despite the global rise of cryptocurrencies, several nations continue to impose strict regulations. My instinct was, I'm not surprised by that because they're a very holy country. They're more traditional in nature. It's big enough to get people on a digital banking system, and that's all they need to focus on. They don't want to derail it. They can't open up the gates wide to all this stuff. The people will revolt. So they probably think this is head of the snake or something. I'm just saying. I wouldn't. If I was them, So Iraq banned it. China banned it. Surprise, surprise. Even though they're using it to do a social scoring system. All you got to do is watch the episodes for Black Mirror. You should watch that. Not the first one was bad. I would go to the second, third, and fourth with the robot dogs, which they have already. Just watch Black Mirror. It's on Netflix. Egypt bans it. Algeria, Bangladesh, Nepal, Afghanistan, Morocco, Bolivia, and Russia. Okay, what do all those countries have in common? I'm not going to fill in the blank. You can. Freedom is not on the top of the list. Just saying. Kurdistan region, we already read that. Baghdad transfers. This is good. They paid. You know, we said that the amendments to the HCL were done. Baghdad transfers over $726 million to Kurdistan for January salaries. Let's get into this article. This is a good article. The Kurdistan regional government announced on Tuesday that the federal government has transferred over 950 billion Iraqi dinar, billion, not trillions, right? 950 billion Iraqi dinar, approximately 726 million, to the Kurdish Ministry of Finance and Economy to cover the previous month's salaries. KRG spokesperson Peshwa Hamrani confirmed that the Federal Ministry of Finance deposited that amount, 958 actually, IQD, billion, 958 billion. It's hard to read those numbers when it's billions. Even harder when it's trillions, but it's billions. Hamrani stated that the KRG will begin distributing the January salaries as soon as possible following the procedures established by the Ministry of Finance. On Monday, the Kurdish Ministry of Finance announced that a final agreement had been reached with Baghdad to resolve the long-standing issue of public sector salaries. Following several days of technical meetings between the two sides, the payment of public sector salaries in the region has been a contentious issue. Yeah, we know that. I'm not going to read all those details. But the Kurdistan region is currently facing a financial crisis and liquidity shortage worsened by the suspension of oil exports to Turkey through the Cyan pipeline. Ankara halted the flow of oil following an international arbitration ruling requiring Turkey to compensate Baghdad for damages. Meanwhile, the federal government is also grappling with a significant budget deficit. Now listen, I'm going to take you back to the CBI article, or Jack, if you want to send it again, that'd be great, because the CBI article has already positioned all this news with what they're going to do. And it's going to be revealed soon, they said. The CBI is in control of when they release a new rate. I've been saying that for years. I think it's the CBI. Why? Because when they hired Oliver and Wyman, which was January of last year, they interviewed a bunch of public accounting firms. They chose Oliver and Wyman and said that they needed them to be able to block the dollar if they needed to, because these systems are such that they can do, their correspondent banks that sign up for these new systems can transfer in multiple different currencies. Like they could send payments to foreign balances in China in the yuan, right? Or they could do the UK in the pound, or so I'm just saying, this is good. This is proof that's, I broke that news on Sunday and everybody acted like, oh, it wasn't really done. Again, I really don't need credit, but I broke it on Sunday at 9:39 a.m. They sent it at 9:37. I got it at 9:39. Jack, we appreciate what you guys do. I do too. Obviously, I give you, anyways. So oil minister announces a startup procedure to deliver Kurdistan region's oil to SOMO. That's their company that they do it through. Oil minister announces start of procedures to deliver Kurdistan region's oil to SOMO. SOMO is the state oil marketing organization. See, the government still controls some of the oil companies. Oil Minister Hayan Abdul Ghani announced on Monday the commencement of procedures for transferring Kurdistan region's oil to the state oil marketing organization. In a statement, Abdul Ghani said the oil ministry has initiated coordination with the Kurdistan regional government by formally requesting the proper handover of oil to SOMO. The minister also noted ongoing discussions with the Turkish government to prepare the Iraqi-Turkey pipeline for resuming crude oil exports via the Cyan port. Abdul Ghani stated that the agreed-upon volume stands at no less than 300,000 barrels per day, which will be delivered to the Federal Oil Ministry for export through the Iraqi-Turkey pipeline. He also highlighted ongoing negotiations between Baghdad and Erbil regarding outstanding debts related to the region's oil revenues. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister, Mohammed Shial al-Sudani, welcomed the Iraqis' parliament decision to approve amendments to the federal law, which we talked about, as proposed by the Council of Ministers. That was bolded. They want to make sure you see that they approve the amendments to the federal budget law for 2023 and through 2025. Law number 13 of 2023, as proposed by the Council of Ministers. I mean, it's literally bolded in this article. He called on both the Kurdistan regional government and the Federal Oil Ministry to immediately implement the amendments, stressing the need for optimal utilization of Iraq's natural resources, particularly oil, to support stability and drive further development plans that address the needs of the Iraqi people. So guys, This is all good news to me. I don't see them banning cryptocurrencies as something that's going to keep their currency from revaluing. It's not going to keep that from revaluing. So, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to find it. Hold on, because I think you need this perspective. I'm going to go back to the back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality. I'm going to go back to the CBI article and then explain to you. Everybody's talking about how they don't have enough money, right? The CBI did this article last Sunday, not this past Sunday, the Sunday before. This last Sunday is when they passed the KRG stuff. So if I look back, it's going to be hard to find it. Hold on. Guys, we've been studying the detailed articles out of Truth, Facts, and Optimism right out of Iraq. Approved articles by the military to send to us. And then last Friday at 10:12, they said the UN has just said that Iraq is secure and stable. In a speech, from what we are hearing, we believe they're about to go international very soon. Still need to get delisted as an exotic currency. And that's coming soon, we believe, along with the new rate. It has been hinted at by some very important people over here. That's Master Sergeant Scott. P.S. Jack will have... we were celebrating. Guys, we've been celebrating a couple times a week as if we believe it's done, because it is done. God told me it was done. I believe him, right? And I've forgiven all my enemies for all the crap they've put us through. You should be forgiving yours, and maybe this will come faster. If you need this, then you should be forgiving your enemies, because that could be the one thing keeping your prayers from being answered. I'm teaching everybody these principles, the keys to the kingdom. Not sure about a gift. I would have to ask the chain. Yeah, you guys, you can't send them anything because they're under, even the pictures they send, they have to black out their faces for security reasons. They're still in a hotbed of stuff. I gotta hope I can find the central bank article. Hold on. I'm just happy that they chose me to disseminate this information, right? I'm grateful. God's going to help me find it. I feel it. I'm almost there. I'm going back a week. A week's worth of articles. There's a lot of articles, guys. So just hold on. It'll be worth it. If you haven't heard this, or if you're new, if you're brand new, you need to hear this, because it happened a week ago. And people forget. I don't forget this kind of stuff. I can forget your name, and I just met you, or I'll forget the name of my dog. I call her Roxy all the time. You did have I bet you did. But guys, we got to celebrate. We got to relieve our stress somehow, right? And so I like to do it online because my husband doesn't drink at all. How does he relieve stress? He lays down on the floor and lets the dogs roll around on him. That doesn't work for me. I like to drink a cocktail with my friends. Okay, I just got to, guys, you guys send me so many articles. I got to figure out what date it was. Hold on. What date was that, you guys? Grand Rising. Hi, Lisa Peters. Is your grandson now back in his mom's hands? You're a good grandma to give them that kind of time. See, I never had that. I never had that. I never had anybody that could. My husband and I would have been raising them by ourselves right here in Maine with nobody. It would have been hard. So I think that's why God brought me dogs and horses. I'm not able to find it. Guys, they made so many MOUs. All of a sudden now they're talking about contracts. I mean, there's so many things. I wanted to bring up the CBI article because I read the exact way they phrased it, which was very interesting. They mentioned backwardness. They're backwards because they have a deficit and stuff. And that the CBI, they were saying what the CBI's responsibility is to do. It's help finance to make them economically as stable as they are politically. Well, I'll be praying for him to be released, Lisa. Wednesday. Oh, man. Maybe it's this one. Hold on. I'm going back down through again. Guys, I had reduced compensation last night. Reduced monetization. Not that I care. I'm just saying. So I need to make sure we stick to the faith and financial. I'm just trying to protect our community. The memorandums of understanding were signed. If I can't find it, then I'll just answer your questions. But the biggest news we broke was last Sunday, but this was the previous Sunday. Well, I'm not able to find it, darn it. I think the CBI is waiting for whatever time, right? So I give up. I have to give up on that. No, I can't. That's a lot of paper. That's a lot. No, this thing is done. Somebody said, I mean, yeah, Grands, that would be great. I know other people print out articles and stuff. My husband would go a little nuts. Do you know how many articles I get? 11 to 12 a day. I mean, it's a good suggestion, but if this thing is done, I don't need to do that kind of detailed bookkeeping. It says, just a suggestion, can you print out the articles and date them, keep them in a notebook, maybe have keyword tabs. I mean, if I had thought of it before today, but I mean, it is a good suggestion, Grand's Little Lake. It is a great suggestion. I'm just not that organized. I mean, I used to be. I mean, I used to have to prepare all the audit work papers. And I mean, now they're all digital. That I prefer them digital so I can access them. But it is hard because they've been sending, guys, we are breaking. I hope you subscribe and tap the bell if you're watching this. If you're a currency holder or a crypto holder, I hope you will join our family. I am focusing right now on the Iraqi dinar, but I hold Dong, I hold Bolivar, I hold the Rupiah, I also hold the Zim bonds. So I'm a good source because I'll always tell you the truth and I'll get you the facts with optimism. And if God could bring me the resources in Iraq, I'm sure he can bring me the resources in Vietnam. But the good news about the Vietnam Dong is that the Trump, before he was even elected, one of his sons they're looking to build a resort in Vietnam. That's going to increase the value of Vietnam, right? We are so near this ride. I know. We're so near the end of this ride. I feel it, guys. And like I said, sometimes your emotions betray you right before a big breakthrough. Like I was struggling with my emotions. That's why I went live early to show you what I do to get through it. I didn't really get through it. I get through it. Sometimes your day, nobody has a perfect day. If they're honest, they don't have a perfect day. I'm always honest with you about how I'm feeling. I'm a crypto holder, but I hope God will allow me to hold fiat currencies. There are many IQD in Vietnam here in my country. There you go. You shouldn't wait too long to get in, though, because this Iraqi dinar is almost done. Oh, thank you, Grand's Little Acre. It's really, all I'm doing right now is printing my tax documents so I can get the taxes done. I don't know when that's going to happen. I have to find the right time when my husband's busy because when he's home, I'm very distracted. Like, I mean, I love it when my husband's at work, but when he's home, I can't think. And so I'm hoping he works at Beans for like a week so I can get my taxes done. And guys, I mean, I don't know. We need to know exactly what's going on because of the tax situation here in the U.S. I mean, I'd love it if they just decide to not do it, but that year's in the books already. So I'm assuming I have to do it, right? Wow, Brooke, cool down. We're so near the end of the, guys, I really believe this is done. So Jack, do you have any other intel on the ground? What are you hearing? I know it was probably a blow to hear that cryptos are banned. That sucks for anybody living there. Melanie, I just looked at your shorts. The CBI article is January 29th. Oh, thank you. January 29th? That's good news. Thank you. That's why everybody was thinking, you know, because the first week in February is supposed to be popping. We're only at Tuesday, right? So, but again, guys, they're not going to, January 29th helps. Hold on. Because these give me the dates. No, they don't. Sunday. Hold on. Do they give me the dates when it's beyond the first week? I want to read it myself. I am doing with you what I would investigate because I would want to read it again given everything we just heard. She's snoring. Thank God she's resting. I'm going to have I'm going to have my hands full. I got to get her out and active before my counseling. She's very sweet. You know what I noticed this morning? She's the perfect puppy for me. I had gotten up and taken her out at 5. Hold on. I'm looking for a date. No, it just says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Damn it. Darn it. Sorry. Do you hear her? She's snoring. Here it is, right here. Thank you. You made me look again. You need to just listen to this. CBI governor announces imminent launch of a major initiative to finance industrial projects. What is an industrial project? Well, Kurdistan is behind in money because they've been not shipping oil, right? They need to transfer oil to Somo. It talks about the Baghdad's budget is in a deficit. It says the governor of the central bank, Ali Alak, confirmed that January 29th or 28th on last Tuesday. It was a week ago, right? Right. It was a week ago. The imminent launch of an initiative to finance industrial projects while pointing out that financial stability is no less important than political and security stability. You heard in one of those articles, Al-Sudani's, we're politically secure and we're stable security-wise. So they're politically secure and security is stable. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. They're politically stable and security stable. So it says the governor of the central bank said in a dialogue session at the Iraqi Energy Conference, which was attended by whatever, it says the initiatives undertaken by the central bank represent tools to move the wheel of development and enhance economic stimulus. Economic stimulus, like raising and lowering the interest rate in a country or releasing a new rate. They are unconventional policies aimed at supporting the overall economy. He added that the central bank is one of the global banking institutions that adopt unconventional monetary policy. Well, it's been 20 years. Would you consider it an unconventional monetary policy for them to release a new rate? Of course, that would be unconventional for them to do it, right? It says, noting that the size of the accumulations in the aspects of backwardness in the infrastructure is a major challenge. Backwardness in the infrastructure is a major challenge. The central bank is concerned with achieving economic stability, especially since energy factors are directly related to the economic situation through supporting factories, companies, and others. The central bank intervenes in supporting and financing various projects, including renewable energy projects, whether through direct or indirect support. And then he says the importance of monetary and financial stability, it is no less important than political and security stability. The central bank has launched multiple initiatives to finance real estate and small and medium-sized projects, as projects worth 13 trillion dinars have been financed since 2016 until now, which has contributed to the sustainability of the economy, in addition to allocating 1 trillion dinars to encourage citizens and companies to purchase solar energy units. There are ongoing arrangements to finance industrial projects in coordination with the Trade Bank of Iraq and the Industrial Bank, indicating that the liquidity available at the Trade Bank of Iraq will be used to support these projects, in addition to the funds of the Industrial Bank, with the aim of launching a major initiative to finance industrial projects, which is expected to see the light soon. So there's something that's, he talked about the history of what they've done. Now there's something else. Major initiative expected to see the light soon. See, everybody else, let me just explain. Other than my channel, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody else is focused on the budget tables, the budget, the politics. I am saying, nope, it's a bank thing. It's a central bank thing, a World Bank thing, right? So the last paragraph says, the Council of Ministers has agreed to enhance cooperation between government banks with the financial surplus to finance industrial projects through the Industrial Bank, as it is the competent authority in this field, stressing the imminent launch of this major initiative. So let's just wait and see what their major initiative actually is. Because remember, they're never going to tell you that they're going to do this. They're never going to tell you that, oh, we're going to do it this week. They're going to act like they're not going to do it, and then they're going to reveal it. Does anybody have any questions about what I just read? Now, that article, maybe I should print